I was just reading the latest clinical data on circadian rhythm disruption, and what it does to your brain at the cellular level is darker than just getting tired. Now, your circadian rhythm is not just about sleep, it is a master timekeeper coordinating thousands of cellular processes across your entire nervous system, every neuron running on a roughly 24-hour cycle. Here is what happens. When your rhythm stays synchronized to light and dark, your brain's repair systems activate on schedule. When it desynchronizes, those systems stay offline and damage compounds invisibly. The cellular mechanism is this. Your clock genes, core proteins like BML1, drive a transcriptional cascade every 24 hours. The clinical literature is very clear that disrupted BML1 oscillation is the proximal cause. When you actually look at the cellular mechanism, that cascade controls when your brain makes BDNF, when it runs autophagy, when it clears waste, fragment the circadian oscillator, and the whole cascade fragments with it. BDNF normally peaks during sleep under circadian control. It maintains synaptic strength, lets memory consolidate, protects neurons from oxidative stress. Circadian misalignment flattens that peak, and synapses start to weaken. The second mechanism is the glymphatic system, your brain's nighttime cleaning crew. It only activates in deep sleep and only with circadian synchronization. Desynchronize the rhythm, and the cleaning never fully runs. So desynchronization is a double failure. BDNF strengthening does not finish and waste clearance does not run. You wake with circuits half wired and half clogged and you call it a bit foggy. And look, shift workers give the clearest evidence. Long-term rotating night shifts produce measurably lower cognitive scores and faster memory decline, and not from lost sleep alone, but from relentless circadian misalignment. Your phone does a slower version of the same thing. Bright light late at night tells your clock genes it is daytime. They downregulate BMAL1. The glymphatic system waits for a sleep cue that never quite arrives. Irregular sleep timing does it too. Bed at 11 one night, 2 the next, sends the system into confusion. Clock genes take 3 to 5 days to resynchronize, and constant change never lets them finish. The result is what researchers call social jet lag, a chronic state of misalignment that never resolves. Even feeling okay at the cellular level, your brain runs in permanent desynchronization, repair at partial capacity. Now it goes deeper. Beyond BDNF and clearance, circadian disruption impairs mitochondrial function. Mitochondria have their own clock, and when the master clock fragments, their energy output becomes erratic. Neurons with erratic energy cannot maintain cognition, grow connections, or resist damage. The cell is trying to do precise work on an unreliable power supply, and precision is the first thing to fail. Circadian disruption also inflames. Microglia, the brain's immune cells, run on a clock. Disrupt it and they turn hyperactive, releasing inflammatory signals that damage synapses. You force the immune system onto a chaotic shift. This is cumulative. After months you have reduced BDNF, impaired clearance, degraded mitochondria, and chronic inflammation, and they interact. Each failure worsens the others, and the system spirals downward together. By year 2 or 3 of consistent disruption, decline becomes measurable. Processing slows, consolidation fails, attention fragments. These are not mysterious symptoms. They are the output of repair machinery offline for months. The clinical observation is striking though. People who restore synchronization, consistent timing, and light show measurable cognitive gains within weeks. The systems turn back on and cognition rebounds quickly. This reversibility proves the mechanism. Decline from misalignment is not neurodegeneration, it is reversible system failure. The neurons are not dying. The clock just needs resetting and the repair schedule resuming. So there is a timeline. The longer misalignment persists, the harder recovery becomes. Early intervention, resyncing before inflammation calcifies and synaptic loss sets, can prevent decades of decline. Research from sleep labs shows extension combined with resynchronization gives the fastest recovery. Shift workers moved to stable daytime schedules show clear cognitive improvement within 6 weeks. Restored rhythm lets BDNF and clearance resume. Light exposure is the most powerful synchronizer. Bright light right after waking, darkness after sunset, re-entrains your clock genes within days. This is not willpower, it is photobiology. Provide the light, the clock resets. Consistent timing is the second lever. Sleeping and waking at the same time, weekends included, reinforces synchronization. Within weeks, most people notice better sleep, sharper days, and measurably improved cognition. If you continue with misalignment, the consequences are severe. Disrupted rhythm is strongly associated with higher dementia risk, not from genes but from brains that never clear waste, never make enough BDNF, never consolidate. Honestly, the psychological toll is real too. Your prefrontal cortex runs on a clock. Desynchronize it and emotional regulation fails. Mood declines alongside cognition. Your entire neurobiological stability erodes together, and the physical health follows. Disruption worsens metabolism, weakens immunity, and shortens telomeres, the protective caps on your DNA faster. You are not just losing cognition, you are accelerating aging at the cellular level. The trap is that early disruption feels fine, you feel tired and blame stress. The cellular damage is silent. By the time decline is obvious, years have accumulated. But knowing the mechanism gives you the power to prevent it. Measure it on yourself. Track 3 days. When do you wake naturally? When does light first hit your eyes? How consistent is your timing? Find where your rhythm is being disrupted and name it precisely. Then pick one intervention and start. Bright light within an hour of waking, or fixed sleep-wake timing for 2 weeks, or real darkness after sunset. Pick one. The cellular mechanism responds within days of. Understand the mechanism. Every late-night scroll is a daytime cue to a system trying to begin its repair shift. You are not just losing sleep quality, you are canceling the maintenance window your brain depends on. Here's what's fascinating. Think about the maintenance framing because it reframes everything. Your brain is not fragile, it is well built with nightly repair scheduled in. Disruption does not break the machine, it cancels its servicing. And the trap deepens because the more disrupted you are, the worse you sleep, and the worse you sleep, the more disrupted the clock becomes. The desynchronization feeds on its own output. Here is the hopeful reframe. The clock is not broken, only confused. It evolved over millions of years to track light. Give it a clear, consistent signal, and it will find its rhythm again, often surprisingly fast. So the protocol is not exotic. Morning light, consistent timing, dark evenings, a cool room. None of it is heroic. All of it protects the cellular cascade that keeps your brain repairing, clearing, and consolidating. Let's make it concrete this week. Set a fixed wake time. Get bright light into your eyes within the hour. Dim the lights and screens after sunset. You are handing your clock genes a clear signal to lock onto. Honestly, track it for a fortnight. Same timing, morning light, dark nights. Notice the fog lifting, the sharper recall, the steadier mood. That is your cascade resuming, BDNF rising, clearance running, mitochondria steadying. The data is clear. The brains that age slowest are not the lucky ones. They are the consistently synchronized ones. The ones whose nightly repair window was protected, night after night for years. Optimize the protocol. Protect the BA-MAL1 oscillation that times everything. Protect the BDNF peak that strengthens memory. Protect the glymphatic clearance that keeps circuits clean. One rhythm protects all three. And protect it for the decades ahead, because the nightly clearance you bank now is the cognitive resilience you draw on later. Tonight's synchronized sleep is an investment your future brain will spend. So when you are tempted to push bedtime later or skip the morning light, remember what you are really trading. Not convenience for tiredness, but a night of cellular repair for a slow, silent decline. Now, health span over lifespan. The goal is not just more years, it is more years with a clear, intact, remembering brain. And the nightly circadian window is one of the few levers that genuinely moves that outcome. Your brain is not failing you, it is waiting for the schedule it was built to keep. Give it the rhythm, the light, the dark, the consistency, and the biology will follow, quietly repairing what disruption let decay. It's just biology, None of this is discipline or luck. It is a cascade of clock genes doing precise timed work, and all they ask of you is a consistent, honest signal of when it is day and when it is night. So give it that signal, starting tonight. The fog you have accepted as normal is not normal. It is a maintenance light that has been on for months, and the fix is not a pill. It is a rhythm, restored. Optimize your protocol, protect your brain, and I'll see you in the next dataset.